The singer Ariana Grande was recently spotted at Wimbledon without a wedding ring. Now, these sorts of celebrity stories often then bring up a conversation about a prenuptial agreement. Joe Ferguson is a solicitor within JMW's family law team. So, Joe, what is a prenup?
So a prenup is a contract between a couple that is entered into before the marriage or civil partnership. Typically outlining the assets, the financial assets, and how they're to be divided upon a divorce or a dissolution of a civil partnership. The assets include things like property, shares, business interests. It can be quite broad in terms of its definition.
Now, forgive me, Joe, because in my mind, two people fall in love, they get married, they get into a civil partnership. Why a prenuptial agreement then?
So on a human level, I can completely understand why people think that. But I think that a marriage is a commitment, and it is it's the way that you are going to set up your assets. And ultimately, because it's a commitment and it's a legal process as well, a marriage, it's really important to think about what would happen in the worst of circumstances, i.e. if they were to divorce. And there are many reasons why someone would get a prenup. So if we think about it, things like if you're a business owner, you'd want to maintain your business upon a divorce and you don't want that to be impacted by a divorce. Or if you've inherited assets from, say, a relative or a parent, and you want to make sure that they are retained by you upon a divorce, or even, things like privacy. So if you're a public figure, say like an Ariana Grande, and you're getting divorced, you don't want that to go through the court process in an acrimonious way and have the glare of the world's press upon you. What you want is for there to be a clear delineation in terms of your asset base, so that it saves on acrimony and saves you from that kind of media speculation.
And so how can you and the family law team at JMW help with this, Joe?
Yeah. So in terms of the legal test for a prenup, the starting point really is for it to be upheld, because they're not binding in the English courts. It must be freely entered into with a full appreciation of the implications, and it must be fair. So in terms of the legal test, and that's the basic legal test, there's more kind of to that, consideration of other factors. But the second strand of that, about the appreciation of the prenup, that's something that lawyers help with day in, day out. But also we can think about things like the timing of the prenup, and also make sure that it's worded in such a way that it will be valid and upheld by the courts. We want to make sure that if you're going through this process, which is highly emotional because you're in the run-up to a wedding anyway, that we're doing everything we can to make things easier for you. And that's what a family lawyer is for in this process.
Joe, thank you very much for your insight. And if you'd like to contact Joe and the family law team here at JMW Solicitors, you can email insideman@jmw.co.uk or call 0161 82 81 999. Please also subscribe to the JMW Inside Man YouTube channel for the latest legal news, hints and tips. I'm Dominic Walker, JMW's Inside Man.